I have been reading about the Ashwagandha for 2 years in my textbook, in ancient Ayurvedic text, in research paper, and the whole time I never actually tried it myself. So I did. Every single day for 30 days, and things happened that I did not expect. If you don't know me, I am a BMSc student, Bachelor of Ayurvedic Medicine and Surgery. So when I talk about this all, I am not coming from a fitness influencer angle. I am coming from someone who sat in class, studied this plant in Sanskrit text, but studying something and actually living with it are two different things, and I wanted to know the difference. Quick background: if you are new to this, Ashwagandha or Withenia somnifera is one of the most important herbs in Ayurveda. It is called Rasayana, which basically means a rejuvenator, something that rebuilds your body from the inside. The name itself means smell of horse. That sounds weird, but the idea is it gives you the strength and vitality of a horse. The roots have the distinct earthly, slightly bitter smell. In classical texts like Charak Samhita, it is described as one of the best for Vata disorders, meaning stress, anxiety, poor sleep, low energy. So on paper, this all was practically made for this time. Before I started, I did my own research properly, because this is where the most people mess up. They just pop whatever dosage is written on the random sites. Traditional Ayurvedic texts recommend taking Ashwagandha churna, that's the powder form, with warm water, milk and honey, usually at night before bed. The milk acts as what's called anupan, which means a carrier. It means the body absorbs the herb better. Modern studies generally suggest 300 mg to 600 mg of the root extract per day. Half a tablespoon of churna, the actual powder, not capsule, mix into warm milk every night before sleeping. One important thing: Ashwagandha is generally safe, but it's warming in nature. You are dealing with hyperacidity, be careful with the dosage, and obviously talk to an Ayurvedic physician before starting anything. These are the main things this herb is supposed to do, and I will tell you later which one I actually failed. Number 1. Stress and anxiety reduction. Ashwagandha is an adaptogen, meaning it helps your body adapt the stress. It works on cortisol level. Multiple studies have shown significant drops in perceived stress after the consistent use. Number 2. Sleep quality. This one surprised me when I first studied. The leaves actually contain a compound called triethyl glycol that induces sleep. Nighttime dosing is not random, it's intentional. Number 3. Physical strength and endurance. It's used in Ayurveda especially for building muscle mass and stamina. Number 4. Cognitive function. Memory, focus, reaction time. It is used for students and scholars, which honestly made me want to try it more. Number 5. Immunity and overall vitality. It's Rasayan for a reason. It builds ojas, the Ayurvedic concept of your body, stores energy and immunity. Week 1. Honestly, I had fallen asleep a bit faster than usual. Could have been placebo. I didn't want to get excited too early. Week 2. This is where something shifted. My morning anxiety, the low level background noise in my head when I wake up, felt quieter, not gone. I was also studying late night during this week, and I noticed I stayed sharper for longer. Week 3. Sleep was genuinely better. I am someone who wakes up 2 or 3 times at night sometimes. This week it dropped to 1, sometimes none at all. I wake up feeling like I had actually rest. Sounds obvious, honestly isn't normal for me. Week 4. By now the effects felt stable, more like a new baseline. Calmer, more focused, sleeping well. The thing I did not expect was how consistent it was. There were no ups and down days, it just stayed steady. So what actually happened after 30 days? I am feeling better, stress level are lower, or at least I am handling stress differently, and my focus during long study sessions generally held up. But didn't change. I did not suddenly feel like a completely different person. My skin did not glow or whatever. If you come in expecting a miracle of, you will be disappointed. But if you come in expecting one of Ayurveda most expected Rasayan herbs to quietly do what it's been doing for thousands of years, then you won't. I'm continuing it. Month 2 starts now. If you want to try this, do it properly. Source good quality of churna. Take it consistently. Give it at least 3 or 4 weeks before judging anything. And if you want full guide on Ashwagandha dosage and who should avoid it, comment ASHWA. I will make the video next. Subscribe if you are new to this kind of content. I'll see you in the next one.